all inputs. Lovely job. Nicely around the outside. Chris Meek likes that. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that was proper to come from the back of the grid. Okay, he seemed to get a really good jump on the car number 2, but yeah, to come right around the outside of your dad, I think he'll be proud of that.
You saw Kevin Eriksson's move earlier on. Were you in Kevin's race?
Yes, I was. He disappeared, and I was covered in dust, and I just seen him pop out the front. What a manoeuvre!
That was brilliant, wasn't it? He just went up high. Looking at how smooth the road is up high, do you think there is a bit more grip, or at least less bumps up there?
It's changing every race. Some races where there's a big delay or a big gap between the events, they blow it and clean the outside to give the grip. All the times you come out and it's sitting like 6 inches deep in powder, so you can't use that outside line. So it changes every session.
So Jerome Maillot leads from Moreau, and older Maillot has gone. Joel Maillot has gone into the joke. I see we've updated the graphics with a JE and a JO, so that we can figure out who's who, which is always good. Subarus, how many Subarus? Did you privateer Subaru WRC stuff?
Yeah, back 2007, 2008, I done a few rallies in Ireland in a Subaru, and then 2005, I done my first ever world rally in a Subaru S10 in Rally GB.
S10, what headlights is that one for the people at home?
I can't even remember. You're the buffing on the Subarus. It was an S10. The factory teams were using S11. I used an S10. But yeah, we had a good battle with Colin McRae. That's when Colin was in the Skoda.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Was that with the gearbox when he had to change it? Was that Australia when he had to change
the gearbox?
That was Australia.
He was leading the rally.
That was gutting, man. Wow. Yeah, him and Nicky Grist leading in the Skoda, which was, it was a good car, wasn't it? But it wasn't fancy for winning events. They were leading, and they decided to change the transmission at the last minute, and the team didn't get it done in time. It was pretty gutting, because that would have been a great extra win for the McRae career.
Well, we're speaking of Colin McRae, legend who we lost early. You had some great words about Ken. You talked about him, and we had that beautiful video piece. I don't know if you've seen it. You had some great words conversing with him about Leah and just getting into all these things. Anything else you want to add about KB Forever and just the legend that is KB?
It just still feels not real.
Right.
It doesn't. I still get that feeling, I think, and then did that actually happen? It doesn't feel real. You know, I knew Ken to a certain degree. He invited me at his house many times. Unfortunately, I never took him up on the opportunity. It just didn't work out with my schedule. But I met him maybe once a year for 15, 16 years. And the first thing he did, how's the family? How's wife? How's kids? The family was number one. But man, what he'd done for the world of motorsport, he transformed how people view it. He brought a whole new audience to it. His chill demeanour, his marketing nice. Man,
signature laugh.
Yeah, signature laugh is one of my favourite. There's some great videos. One of the turbocharging when they were filming in HRD, wasn't it? And they set the turbo on and he dropped it.
Yeah. The only thing I could say, you know, maybe I mentioned in that clip earlier, but he taught life how to live itself.
Yeah,
well said.
He lived it, you know, proper.
Absolutely, to the max, didn't he? Really did.
Well, he admired you too, and that's what's cool. Is it's a mutual respect. So, you know, do it for Ken and KB Forever, and you know, there's those people that just leave their mark, and you know, and the affinity runs deep. That's what's really cool, man. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
No, and like I say, all thoughts are with the family, but I'm sure we're going to see Leo out there.
And Micah and Kira.
Yes, and all of them coming through behind. There's going to be a dynasty coming behind for sure. And I'm sure that wasn't Ken's plan, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's going to be followed through.
The talent runs deep, doesn't it? There, definitely.
It's cool, man.
Leah's been so impressive. And I really hope we'll see her come and do some more side-by-side with Nitro Rallycross. I really do. So.
Yeah, again, thank you for sharing, Mr. Meek. And absolute legend himself. So, all right, so the Malloy's here. We got Jerome. And then it looks like Moreau sitting in second. And then the father out back. The other Malone, they're all going to podium.
They're pretty much out. They thought this was going to go. Yeah, when I spoke to the team, Test Racing, it was Matthew who runs the team. Very kindly ran me through the specs. I'm a bit of a geek, you know. I wanted to know roughly what was going on. Sequential boxes, the 2.5 engine we don't have over in Europe.
You a geek? No.
Yeah, I love it. And it is Jerome Maillot, who is the Canadian rally champion. Come here for a bit of rallycross action. Hasn't put too many dents in the car because their championship season starts in just a couple of weeks' time. So Jerome Maillot onto the back straight now. Extra sideways as the checker flag comes. Big P up there in the stand with the flag. Yeah. Maillot takes it. His rival Moreau is going to come around that last corner to take P2. That's who they thought would be there. And then Maillot Senior will get P3. Oh, go on, get in front of the fans. That's what they want. Well, maybe not. Not quite a donut, but, you know, good effort.
And here we go. We're about to send them now officially. We are in the right grid order. Ollie Eriksson, Kevin Eriksson on that front row. Andreas Bakkerud, Travis Pastrana, Fraser McConnell versus Robin Larson. Connor Martell and Oliver Bennett on that back row. 8 drivers, 8,000 horsepower. Are you ready to send it? For the first time ever, the most cars on ice. FC1X machines. Coley, let's get ready to send it.
So which one of the Erikssons is going to get it done this time? Kevin Eriksson, known for his round the outside. This time he's got to go round the inside. His brother Oliver outside him. Can Oliver Eriksson finally get the win? He's come close a few times. You can see the nitro lights coming on. It's got dark here in Canada. We're about to go green. And see who's going to take the win at round 7. Drone flies in from the background. He's going to bunch wheel spin from both sides of the grid. Looks like a better start for Eriksson. Backward goes sideways. Pastrana, a bit of contact. Larson up. The roost is unbelievable. Ollie Eriksson comes around the outside of Kevin Eriksson. There is a 1-2 for the Erikssons. Oliver leading in the background. No carnage we can see so far. Robin Larson gets a bit sideways. His visibility is poor. But Pastrana holding on just in front of him. I have no idea who's in P5, 6, 7 yet.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I am impressed that we did not see any carnage right out of the gate. I thought for sure. Look at that. So you're seeing Ollie Eriksson, Kevin Eriksson, Pastrana there in 3rd. It looks like you are seeing Robin Larson sitting in 4th. Coincidentally, his number 4, Fraz, right behind him.
So, Jared, now what's critical is who does what with the Joker strategy. Pastrana hasn't gone. Larson hasn't gone. Fraz goes. Fraser McConnell goes Joker straight away from P5. Can he get back out in P6 or 7? It's Bakkerud he comes out in front of, I think, so he's managed to hold on to it. That's not a bad Joker by Fraser McConnell. He's come out in front of Bakkerud and Bennett. He wouldn't have wanted to get held up when he was having problems. He's got Martell in front. So McConnell's Joker, watch for him on the gaps to the leader.
Hey, also, we were talking about the tire bales potentially being removed. It doesn't look like they removed them.
No,
they maintained them. And I think that's and going into
Larson,
the bank, that is Robin Larson, our points leader. So we got Eriksson, Pastrana, 1, 2, 3. Pastrana would love to get on the box. Talks about not making mistakes, but Eriksson's put a distance between them. Looks like 1.2 seconds and 3.9 seconds. Pastrana behind Ollie.
Look at the visibility, Jared. The lights are on, but that then lights up. The snow roof's kind of, putting a light behind a sheet. You just can't see anything at all. So the contrast is good if you've got clear road in front of you. Look at the Erikssons. Massive gap for them back to P3 already. Remember, none of the drivers behind other than McConnell as Joker. So who's going to go now? Larson doesn't go. Pastrana doesn't go. So they're all staying in position. Is Connor Martell going to go or not? At the minute, the field's gapping out here. And McConnell 10 seconds back as you see Eriksson. Oliver Eriksson runs wide. Kevin Eriksson behind. Will he put a move on his brother?
I don't think so. I think Kevin Eriksson, as you said, not team orders, but Ollie Eriksson has a real stab at a championship this year. Kevin, not part of the equation. He's going to run defensive block. You know, if this is American football, you got that blocker, the running back, he's going to go and follow that lead block. That's what Kevin Eriksson does. He's going to throw out his elbows for his brother, and I think Ollie Eriksson's off to the races. Just the way he's been racing, he knows the car, he knows the vehicle. He has a lot of confidence going into this final battle.
Gapped his brother again there, Jared. There's actually 50 or so yards, meters between these two, but the roost is still enough. Fraser McConnell pulls out from the slipstream now, trying to come around the outside. He's going to pass Martell. So Martell maybe with issue. McConnell's gone straight past him. Fraz with a bunch of steering lock. I'm going to try and rotate the car tight now into turn 3. Into the Joker lap has gone. Who is it?
That's Eriksson. That's Ollie Eriksson.
Yeah, it is Ollie Eriksson.
Ollie Eriksson. Yeah. Wow, that is crazy. An aggressive early Yokohama Tire Joker lap, but he's got such a gap and a lead. 3.5 seconds.
He's come out in P2.
P2 right behind his brother.
Absolutely
in front of Pastrana.
Perfect. And that's what we said. You remember earlier, Jared, if you got the chance to go early, go early. Then you can keep the door shut. So it's good tactics from the Eriksson squad. They might send Kevin on the next lap, but if not, they'll give Kevin enough time. What Ollie's got to watch out for here is Kevin doesn't stay out till lap 6 as well, because Kevin can stay out now with clear track in front. If he can put enough of a gap between him and Ollie, he might just stay out and nick the win.
All right. I mean, I guess. I mean, put your brother in second. I mean, like you said, team orders, does that come into play?
It's 2.6 back to Larson, Jared. That's what they'll be watching out for. They're never going to give up a P1 and P2. So if they don't feel Kevin has got enough of a gap, they'll keep him out there for another lap to see if they can gap Larson by a bit more. Larson will know about that now. He's got a sniff of getting P2 instead of P3, and they've left Kevin out. So Kevin's going to try and get enough of a gap to try and hold Larson off. Larson's got a Joker as well. So, yeah, it's tight between them.
All right, so Kevin Eriksson still out front. There. Larson, look at that. So, yeah, Larson. Just styles for miles, man. The way he's doing it, and Andreas talked about that. Just the way he's sending it, the way he's really just initiating. He's driving very aggressively. You know, Pastrana. Oh, look at his brother. We got brotherly love Or brother, not
Ollie's
so
back
much
on him.
love.
Ollie's
And look at
back
that.
on him.
Ollie's gonna twist the screws right now.
Now Larson's gone, Jared, they can send him when they want. So
Yeah.
the thing was, they both had to joker. If they'd sent him, it was a danger of getting him in with Larson. They can send him now because Larson's 6.3 back. That puts Ollie nicely in front, puts Kevin in the rear gunner position. The key was Larson going. Everybody's joking except your leader, Kevin Eriksson.
And look at that, Pastrana back to 5th. Fraz, our TQ yesterday, top qualifier, up to 4th place. And you can see the Eriksson 1 and 2, just making it look easy.
So the championship top 5 look are in P2, 3, 4 and 5 at the minute. That will be P1 for Ollie when his brother goes joker, which he does now. So Oliver Eriksson back to the point. Kevin Eriksson going to slot into P2.
Yep.
Then it's Larson, then it's McConnell. But Andreas Bakkerud, look, who's second in the standings, Jared, has dropped to 8th place.
Wow, that is huge. So Bakkerud slides back to 8th. Larson sitting at 3rd behind the Eriksson bros. And look at, I mean, the Eriksson's just so dominant, and it's showing, you know, that they were developmental drivers for this vehicle. They were the test pilots. Ollie Eriksson, you know, he's seen just peaks and valleys throughout the season. And, he, you know, what's that?
If I were the other teams, I'd love to be looking at the settings. And they will have sent someone up there, Jared.
Let's take a look.
There's some
They're right
stuff
there.
you can see. Yeah, but there's also the physical things on the car. Where are the anti-roll bar drop leaks? Just little things you can do to go, what are they doing different to us? Because the pace of these two in both their qualifying heats and then in the final is outrageous. I'm not suggesting anything untoward.
No,
I'm saying
totally.
they've dialed it in.
Well, what's the difference of McConnell, Fraz yesterday into today?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
The conditions?
I don't know. You know,
You know,
again,
I would say that because you know, Fraz is used to the dirt, but just how much this track has transformed from yesterday into today. Remember, Kevin Eriksson developed all these things. I think that's the big equation here, just the slush and how you see it. We're seeing a yellow flag
Maybe
there.
they've dialed it in a little bit more than everybody else as the conditions have changed. But either way, Jared, Eriksson's on the front row, look. They've executed this perfectly. That championship front runner, Robin Larson, is still there and in the mix. He's going to be on the podium again. He's missed one so far this season.
All right, so Ollie Eriksson out front, who's in a championship contention. Looks like he's going to take it to the top. Kevin Eriksson second. Robin Larson, again, shout out to KB Forever. A beautiful livery there on Travis Pastrana's vehicle. But Ollie Eriksson looks like he gets the victory. Kevin Eriksson second. Robin Larson will bring in third. You see Connor Martell. He is a lapper there. And congratulations to Ollie and Kevin, 1 and 2. Robin Larson, our points leader, gets 3rd place.
So that is